Alright, hey guys, I know I've been gone for a little while, so it's about time I come back and make a new video, eh? So it's been almost 2.5 weeks since I last posted a video, which is kind of crazy because I don't think I've gone that long without posting a video for a really long time. I always try to keep up the once a week post streak, but recently I had to break it because I was just too busy with things. I actually have, I think, three fan restoration projects going on right now. I've also been helping out my parents with the project they're working on, and also, my job and my personal life and all that. A lot of things going on, so I ultimately kind of put aside the whole filming and editing thing for a little while, but I mean, come on, it's been 2.5 weeks, right? So it's about time we come back and film a new video on a pretty cool fan. This is not necessarily a rare fan or uncommon fan, but I've been looking for this fan, one that's in really nice condition, for quite some time, and I think I finally found one. It's not perfect, but obviously you can't always expect that from a fan that's been well used for over 20-25 years. So with that being said, this is a mid to late 1990s super 16-inch oscillating pedestal fan. I forget the model number, but we'll check that in a bit. Now this fan is a model I've been looking for quite some time. I generally try to avoid pedestal fans because I just find them to be really space inefficient. Because if I want a fan off the ground, I can just take a table fan, which I personally like better, and put it on a tabletop, and then you have something like a pedestal fan. So, and they just take up a lot of space. I haven't been collecting very many pedestal fans, which is kind of ironic because I've been making a lot of videos on pedestal fans recently. But those are mostly just for me to they're just passing through my hands, not really for me to keep. But this one I am keeping, it's part of my collection now, and yeah, it's in really nice condition, and this is the before restoration video, despite it looking pretty much brand new. So let's take a closer look at it. Alright, so first and foremost, you might have noticed that this fan does not have the crazy Canadian safety grille that a lot of the earlier fans had here in Canada. And that is because this fan was made shortly after that regulation was lifted. So Canadian fans were no longer required to have that safety grille with the really closely spaced spokes. So this is the same spacing that you find on fans all around the world. So that's nice. I don't really mind the Canadian safety grille, but I prefer the regular ones. They just look nicer. So that's nice. Here's the super badge, not yellowed, which is great to see. That's the thing, I've been seeing a lot of these fans, but they all tend to have yellowed badges, and I don't know, that kind of bugs me, so I haven't been getting those, but this one doesn't, so I grabbed it. It's a little dusty inside. The blades do have some dust buildup, but obviously it's a used fan, so what do you expect? Not a whole lot though. It should clean up nicely. Now taking a look at the control panel here. I really like this design. This is one of the reasons why I've been looking for this model, is the control panel, because a lot of them, they have the dial on the back, which is, it looks kind of sleek, but I like this old-fashioned control panel on the front. Now here's the only imperfection that I noticed on this fan. The panel here is quite yellowed, so this would have been gray, but it's kind of like a yellowish poopy green. But luckily though, the plastic film is still intact, so when I go ahead and clean up this fan, I'm going to peel that off and we should have a nice clean plastic. It won't fix the yellowing, but at least it'll have a nice scratch-free control panel. We've got 3-speed push button switch, a pretty short grounded plug, adjustable pedestal, and a fully intact base and no wobble, which is pretty amazing because a lot of these fans I find, and they just have really wobbly bases, and sometimes these end pieces are broken off or the rubber feet are missing, but it's all intact on this fan, which is great to see. That was another reason why I really liked this particular one when I found it. Let's circle around to the back here. Very standard SMC fan design. And here's the information sticker. 0.45 amps, model 3157, made in China. Alright, so without further ado, I guess we can go ahead and plug this thing in and give it a test. Alright, so I got it plugged in, and without further ado, let's test it on low speed. It actually has a little startup sound. I got it pointing away from the camera so the microphone doesn't get hit with the wind noise. Now if you're familiar with these SMC made fans, you know they're really quiet fans, especially the 16-inch fans. Some people have said that the motors are underpowered on these fans, and I personally agree to some extent. I think the motors could be more powerful, but at the same time I think it's kind of appropriately sized because it does still perform quite well, but it's not too powerful to a point where it's kind of noisy. Because obviously people are going to be using these fans in their houses, and quieter fans are generally better. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, it could be a little bit more powerful, but I personally am plenty happy with how these fans, 16-inch fans, perform. I think the 12-inch fans do pack more punch for their size, but I think the 16-inch, the intentions with these fans were a little different than the 12-inch ones. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of talking. I'll let you guys just listen to the fan. It's a really soothing sound. Really like it. So relaxing. Alright, here it is on medium. These are just so quiet. It's amazing. It's not like they're not doing anything. They're moving. It's moving quite a bit of air. Now this is a big living room. Let me step all the way back to the other end of the room, and the airflow is still quite powerful back here. The air does travel quite far from the fan. And yeah, it runs great. I mean, this fan has never been serviced, I'm sure. Yet, it runs flawlessly, no bearing noise, no crazy dry bearing or gearbox noises. These SMC fans are just incredibly reliable. Alright, here it is on high. That's moving a good amount of air. Comparing this to my 1970s and 80s fans with those, rigid plastic transparent blades, those just kind of blow this fan out of the water, but considering what it is, it's not bad. It's powerful enough, and sometimes I like a quieter fan, So right now the camera is about maybe 12 feet from the fan, zoomed in. And I don't know if the microphone's picking it up because I have a wind protection buff on there, but I can feel the air no problem. It's plenty powerful back here. Alright, let's get a little bit closer and I'll test out the oscillation. Alright. Here it is with the oscillation, which works perfectly. Oh, also, these fans, I don't think were, I'm 99% sure that these weren't part of the recall. or any superfan for that matter. It was only a specific variant of the 18-inch version that were prone to catching on fire, according to the experts. So this fan does not have that design flaw. I will go ahead and check when I open it up, but the oscillation on these fans are perfectly safe to use, as far as I can tell. Alright, I think that test is good. Power down. Oh yeah, the little screw and nut that goes on the very top of the grill right there is missing. So I'm gonna have to source a new one. I think I have a bunch of them in my spare parts box, so I'll take a look at it. So that was that little rattle you heard. The grills are not quite secure. Fantastic spin down time. Man, these SMC fans, their motors are just so well lubricated from the factory. They hold up very well over time. So anyways, that's going to be it for this one. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll try to have more videos coming soon, so keep an eye out for those. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.